The United States Postal Service has one ethos, just one. They've carved their entire personality into their building in stone. Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night. 250 years of we will get it there no matter what. Yet this week, the Postmaster General walked right into the U.S. Senate and added an asterisk to that sentence. It now reads, neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night will stop us, but a governor who doesn't get along with Donald Trump and refuses to hand a list of everyone voting by mail, that one will stop us cold. And if you aren't caught up, let me back up just briefly. This was a banner week for the guy that keeps losing his mind about elections, Donald Trump. And it started in court. A federal judge in Boston permanently blocked Trump's executive order that tries to force proof of citizenship so that you can register to vote. And it's blocked permanently. And this judge wrote that the Constitution does not grant the president any specific power over elections, which is 100% true. And that's the part that people keep forgetting. That Donald Trump keeps trying to run elections just because he says so. And judge after judge keeps handing it back to him saying, buddy, it's not your job. The states do it. And a separate judge just threw out this giant voter data scam of Donald Trump's too, the one that ran tens of millions of Americans through a citizenship check system, and it started flagging actual citizens as suspected non-citizens. It is a resounding victory for voters. That's what the judge said about it. So going 0 for 2 this week in court, what does Donald Trump do? He takes a hostage. And that hostage is a bipartisan housing affordability bill that was sitting on his desk. Passed the House, passed the Senate, basically never happens anymore. Actual relief on housing costs because people can't afford anything right now. And about an hour before Donald Trump was supposed to waddle over to the Capitol and sign it, he posted that today's housing news conference and signing is hereby canceled until such time as we pass the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider to be a national emergency. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. Donald Trump is now holding housing relief for regular Americans ransom until Congress can pass a bill that makes it harder for those same Americans to vote. He is holding your ballot ransom. Thankfully, right now, his own Senate isn't dumb enough to pass this BS SAVE Act. They voted on it 5 times. It's failed 5 times. 4 Republicans, including Mitch McConnell, voted against Donald Trump's version. Trump's own majority leader, John Thune, he keeps telling Trump to his face that in order to pass it, he'd have to nuke the filibuster, and nuking the filibuster is not realistic. So now, Speaker Mike Johnson has a new plan. And it's a beauty. Reconciliation 3.0. The idea is to smuggle this voting restriction law into a budget bill so that it only needs 51 votes instead of 60. There's just one tiny problem with that plan. The Senate parliamentarian already ruled you can't do that. And one of the most conservative members of the House, Anna Paulina Luna, posted that this cannot go in a reconciliation bill, and quote, I am not drinking the Kool-Aid, neither should you. Holy crap, strong words from a Republican there. And then back to the post office, because this part is so unnerving. Under this proposed rule that Donald Trump's floating out there, the Postal Service will refuse to deliver mail ballots in any state that won't hand the federal government its list of mail-in voters. And Senator Gary Peters asked the Postmaster General point blank, if a state refuses to comply, will you still mail their ballots? And the man said out loud, under the proposed regulation, no.
So yes or no, if a state refuses to turn their absentee voter list over to the federal government, will the Postal Service still mail their ballots under this proposal rule?
Under our proposed regulation, no. We would tell the state that we need the manifest in order to, look, what we're asking for.
That's the answer. You would tell no. So the proposed rule basically coerces states to conform to these new requirements and hand over their absentee voter rolls or face the consequences of not being able to vote by mail. Some states, that's all they do. Oregon is completely vote by mail.
Senator Slotkin nailed exactly what this is. She told him that he's being used as a pawn in a much bigger story by a president who does not believe any election that he loses is valid. Which is right. This is not about fraud. Fraud is vanishingly rare in elections, and we already have laws against fraud. But right now, Donald Trump sees that the majority of the country hates him. So he takes a housing bill that's supposed to help everyone, and he takes it hostage. And he wants to smuggle his plan to cheat his way through the November elections in through the budget. And he wants to weaponize your mailman. It is going to be a disaster from here until November, and we've got to keep fighting. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and keep watching independent media like this, because we are going to be tracking every single one of the doors that Donald Trump tries to kick down before November.